and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, my brand new YouTube show. It's called the Logical Lotto Cracker, and that's me. I'm the Logical Lotto Cracker, and you can call me James. So I've created this channel to provide a very logical way of approaching the lotto and trying to crack it. And in no way is there any kind of guarantee that you're going to win the lotto by using my methodology. It's just a way of approaching it that is based in logic. From a mathematical standpoint, one would say you can't really crack the lotto. Every time the results are generated, the odds are 1 in 575,757 for the Michigan Fantasy 5. And so you're kind of like, yeah, that's true. From a mathematical perspective, you can't deny that. But from a pattern perspective, from an approach where you're looking at this as it's a pattern, not purely mathematical, there is some leverage, I think, in there. In that, if you come at the process from that angle. So keep that in mind. I'm using the Michigan Fantasy 5 as a use case for this. There are limitations, obviously, CPU power. You know, if you try to crunch a lot of numbers, you're going to need more power. This particular Mac that I'm running on right now has a quad-core CPU, and it's got, I can't remember if it's 32 gigabytes of RAM. So you're going to need a Unix emulator, and what you want to have is, if you're running on Windows, you can probably find and download a Unix emulator of some sort. So, you know, it might be a little bit more challenging with Windows to, get into this, or you can just use PowerShell and you can convert all of the ideas that I'm putting across here into a different code. That's fine. So I'm probably going to get a GitHub source code thing going and get the stuff all up there, but I'm not sure how and when I'm going to do that. So I have to research it a little bit. But anyway, this is the first program. Our objective is to simply generate a flat file that has every possible combination of winning numbers. That's 575,757 results, as we know, based on the math. Here's the code that we're going to use, and we're going to use a Perl script. I got this code somewhere off the internet, to be honest. A lot of the code that's coming up is mine, and I use Bash a lot, but this is simply something that I got when I Googled how can I generate some numbers, and it was probably slightly different, and I modified it slightly or whatever. But I wish I could give credit to the person who had written it, but that was years ago, and I don't know where I got this. So anyway, so thank you. If anybody does know who wrote this, please let me know in the comments, and I will definitely, definitely give a shout out. But in this case, you can see what the code is doing here that this person wrote. They're saying print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these numbers, anything that's between 1 and 39, and that's the range for the Fantasy 5. And then it goes through and it spits out the 575,757 possible results set. So we're going to take that code right there, and we're going to put it into a program that's going to consist of different phases in the cracking. There'll be multiple programs that'll run that will be called over time, and we're going to start off with what I'm going to call the scrubbers. So our scrubbers are going to be the scripts that will run that have like a 99%. That's how accurate they are. We don't want to, run the 90% scripts up front. We want the ones that are the tightest and the most accurate. So I'm going to make a directory called scrubbers, cd into the scrubbers, and this is, even though this one actually isn't scrubbing, there's nothing in this directory, as you can see. This is an empty directory, and we're going to make the first program, and we're going to call the program generate _numbers.pl for Perl, because it's a Perl script. We're going to give it a PL extension. Actually, before I do that, one thing I just want to show you is that, actually, hold on, that you want to make sure that you have Perl installed first before you do this, right? Because if you don't have Perl installed, it isn't going to work. So you can see Perl is installed by default. When I purchased this Mac, they had Perl installed already. I didn't have to go download the package, the RPM package or anything like that from Perl Monks. Probably perlmonks.com is where you would want to go to get a Perl package probably, but in this case we don't have to do that. So I'm not really a Perl expert. So I'm going to paste this in here, okay? So there's the code. It's pasted in. And then I take a look at this file now. You can see the directory is not empty anymore, but this is a read-write permission right here, and there's no execute. There should be an X right there. If I want to execute this program, it has to have executable permissions. So chmod 750 should do the trick for generate numbers.perl. And now when we take a look at this, you can see that it's got executable permissions. So I can now execute this script, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to execute generate numbers.perl, and the output is going to go to screen because I'm not redirecting the output anywhere. And you can see it's generating all of the possible combinations of numbers all the way up to the last line, which is obviously 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. That's the last possible combination. And if I scroll back up to the top, then you can see the first possible set of combinations is obviously, ooh, it's jumping around. Doesn't want to behave. Doesn't want to behave. You know how these things are. They just don't like to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. If I can get this to scoot up a little bit. No, of course not. It's got to misbehave. So anyway, so that's why we're going to redirect this to a file, right? It's not going to do us any good just on the screen. We'll be in number crunching limbo forever if we don't redirect this generate numbers.perl to an output file, and we're going to call this our scrubber.0, right? Because this is our first scrubber, okay? So, and we should spell scrubber accurately. Scrubber. All right, so now we have it in a flat file, and that's the objective of this. So if we were to take a look at scrubber0, whoops, and we were to do a word count on that, you'll see there's 575,757. So that's the number right there. You can see it's 575,757. That's a little tongue twister. Try to say that. 575757. That's the output, right? So possible combinations. That's the total possible combinations of numbers. And if I just cat the file real quick, concatenate the file, then we'll see the whole contents of the file stream before us. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pipe it to head minus. And let's look at the first 10 possible sets of numbers. See, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that we couldn't get to before. And so there's your flat file output that we will be using in the future. If you like my video, please subscribe and please click the thumbs up, or if you hate it, click the thumbs down. I just want to say thank you so much for joining, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I did, you know, approaching this logically and trying to come up with something that is, you know, going to be a fun and exciting little ride. So I hope you're as excited as I am, and we'll see what happens. All right? Best wishes.